to a special episode of the Calcio guys. Obviously this week we couldn't get into studio at CJLO because friend Adreano right here, he's on injured reserve.
Injured reserve, broken collarbone a couple weeks ago, and yeah, as Nicholas said, just because of that, and Johnny's out as well today, so we decided to still put out something out there for you guys, and we decided to why not do it at home?
Yeah, and having a little espresso.
Bella Cafe. Happy New Year, everybody! 2019.
Happy New Year to our viewers. As any of you seen on Instagram, we have a new Instagram, new Twitter. Well, same Twitter, just new logo. Yeah. Brand new YouTube. So if any of you follow me on my personal account, Nicholas Di Giovanni, just head over to the Calcio Guys account on YouTube. Give us a subscription there. As we saw in the Serie A this weekend, this past 2 weeks, 3 match days.
3 match days, yeah.
In our last episode before the break, we talked about, is there going to be any surprises? Anybody passing anybody? And actually did a little bit of research.
Hey, good.
And nobody really jumped that much. Roma jumped from 7th to 6th.
Yeah.
Milan fell from 4th to 5th. Lazio went from 5th to 4th. And other than that, I mean, Cagliari stayed in 13th. Parma stayed in 12th. Sassuolo, they actually dropped 8th to 11th. That was probably the biggest drop because they drew 1 game and lost twice.
Yeah.
So I think at this point in the season, you kind of see the standings really develop.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, it's the first part of the season. It's always tough. It's never going to be easy in the Serie A. I find it's you really see where your team's at the midpoint of the season. You get to see who's coming out to play, who's not coming out to play. You really rotate your lineup, and you're going to see how your team's going to do going forward after. So this Christmas break or holiday break, that's pretty much what you get to see. Work out the kinks and stuff like that. Hopefully this break-ish is good enough for these players. They changed it up this year, as we mentioned in the past. They played three match days. They played on Boxing Day. And
did you like that?
You know what? I didn't mind it. As as we said previously, it gives us something else to watch. Something else to enjoy, and the Calcio fans that we are, it's always going to be good.
I think we said before the break on our last show, I said that I like it because I'm going to have time to watch it.
And you had no time.
That was the biggest lie ever. Besides the first match day, so match day would have been 17.
Yeah.
So the set of games on December 22nd, where I really sat in front of the TV and watched all the games that Saturday. Boxing Day, I had no time to watch any games. And then on December 29th, another set of games I actually went skiing with our good friend Sean. And so I really didn't watch any games then either. So it's good if you have time.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, you're always updated. There's so many things to update you with, and we're always following, no matter what. If we have time, no time, you always keep up to date what's going on, because in the Serie A, you never know what you're gonna get, and things change on the fly. So it's always exciting.
Chievo, first win, and you predicted it.
And I predicted it. So if you go back to our last episode before break. I said if they're maybe playing Frosinone, maybe they'll pick up some points. What happened? Di Carlo on that side, the Chievo, they picked up some points. So, I guess it's good for them. I guess if it had to come with any team, I guess it was going to be a Frosinone or a lower end team, and that's exactly what happened.
As we saw, they actually tied Inter, which I was a bit surprised about, but good for them. We usually do, in our shows on the radio, we usually do MVP of match day. Now we got 3 match days to do. So who's your MVP of the 3 games during the Christmas break?
It's tough. Who I think that really, stepped up or, never gives up really, is definitely Fabio Quagliarella. He's at the age that he's at, and the time he is in his career. He's at Samp again, and he's just working wonders, and we love seeing that. None of us are real fans of Sampdoria, but you can't hate a guy like Quagliarella. He keeps on producing, keeps on banging them. He puts them back. He's carrying the team pretty much, and it's always great to see, especially at his age, 35, turning 36 soon, and. I think it's great for the league, and you can never count him out. And I love players that you can trust.
we don't only talk about Serie A sometimes on the show. We had Matt Forcucci once who talked about FIFA.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, Adri, I actually got Qualiadella's Team of the Week card. I packed him, so I got the red card. So for anybody who understands FIFA, it's the Foot Champs. It's a special rewards for their online tournament.
Yeah.
And I've played 4 games with him. He scored 7 goals.
There you go. Virtually in real life, he just bags them, and you love that. You love to see that.
It was funny to see because you wouldn't think a card like that in FIFA would do so well. 83 rated, and he's scoring like he does in real life. So credit to FIFA. That's pretty realistic.
Yeah.
For me, my MVP. You know what? I don't give MVP to him much. I gotta go Cristiano Ronaldo. He really carried Juventus on his back especially against Sampdoria. Tied the game against Atalanta when he came in as a sub. Played a decent game against Roma. It was Mandzukic, obviously, that stole the show.
Yeah.
A guy like Josip Ilicic got to be in consideration for this award too, scoring 3 goals in one game. His second hat trick of the season, only second time he's scored in a game.
And I think across Europe, he's amongst Messi and I think Aguero in hat tricks for the season, I believe. So I would definitely say that nobody would have predicted that a guy like Ilicic in the same conversation as Messi and Aguero. I personally wouldn't have predicted that. I don't think anybody would. So you know what? It's good that he puts Serie A on the map.
Atalanta definitely surprised us with that 6-2 win against Sassuolo.
Zapata again.
Yeah, Zapata. Yeah, he's.
Mention I would say for maybe MVP of this break.
I think he finished like top 5 scoring in the Serie A in the calendar year of 2018. Yeah. So up there was Ronaldo. I'm pretty sure. I think he still scored 12 goals.
11, something like that.
Yeah, he's still up there considering he only played half the year. Obviously, Mobile, Icardi, and then Zapata, and then I'm missing somebody else. Qualiarella, of course. Yeah. Yes. So those 5 guys were pretty much on top of the scoring charts in the Serie A in the calendar year of 2018. Bit of controversy during this break, so we'll cut right to our yellow card, red card. Red card's got to go to Paolo Mazzolini, referee in Napoli.
I think we can both agree on that.
Garbage. What happened? Straight up.
Yeah. Nice.
Something we don't like to see. Racism in Italy. It doesn't help that fans like that are allowed to continue to do that. They were suspended 3 games. The Inter Curva was suspended 3 games for their racist chants against Kalidou Koulibaly in their Boxing Day match.
Everybody else against 2, right? Is that right?
Yeah, and then so the fans got suspended 3 games, and then Koulibaly got 2. So considering the fans only got 1 more than the player, come on.
What's it gonna do? I mean, I as you said, I don't agree with it. That's not what Italy should stand for. Racism, stuff like that. It's not. It's the beautiful game for a reason, and we don't need to see stuff like that, especially to a player like Koulibaly. He's been in Naples for how long now, and you know what? They love him there. So I understand. There's those stupid fans, but it really has no part in the game. I think at least, and even with this. Curva, they're mad. I could imagine they're pissed.
Yeah.
That they're not going to be playing, being able to watch their team. And but 2 games, 3 games, does it really do anything? Do you think it has any effect going forward?
Because the same people that are doing it, they're gonna in game number 4, they're gonna be there. So exactly. It's a systematic problem in Italy.
Yeah.
This is something we would have talked about on our show. We would have had Alex Perez on, who actually covered a similar incident right here in Quebec in the Semi-Pro League in October, where a player had to leave a game because his opponent actually said something racist to him, and he left the game and said he's never playing soccer again in Quebec.
There we go.
So it's a big problem, something we don't like to see. Mazzolini lost control of that game.
Yeah.
He lost control of Calcio di Roma.
Yeah.
In a previous show, I gave a red to him. He's the type of referee when push comes to shove, when there's players who say stuff against him, he flashes the red right away, and I don't like that. And it was obviously a big problem in that last game.
Yeah, no, of course. You know what? I'm always a big believer of what the teams play. Let them play it out, let them fight it out. But when you can't control the game under a good set of rules and a good set of standards. It's just going to go down the drain, and it's just going to be, as we say, maybe like a shit show. So that's pretty much what we saw. I personally don't think he should be reffing any of those big games anymore. If that's how he's going to ruin the game, I personally I don't see him, having a part in games like that.
I think we could move on now from
Yeah.
the past.
Yeah. Go forward.
It's funny, there's no Serie A for another at least 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
But there's still soccer.
Yeah.
There's still Italian soccer, at least. There's the January transfer window, so a lot of rumors going around.
Yeah. Mercato Madness, as they call it.
Yeah. It's
always fun.
It's March Madness for soccer fans.
Yeah, there you go.
Similar, kind of. And I wrote down a bunch of names here. So Sergei Milinkovic-Savic. So I'm going to quickly run through some names, and you're going to say yes or no. Do you see him moving in January?
Okay.
Sergei Milinkovic-Savic.
I say no.
Christoph Piontek.
Possibly.
Possibly. To where?
I don't know. He's in the news recently now. I think it was Juve, Barca, and Milan that are in the talks with him. Apparently, I don't know. With these rumors, you never know what you can believe, what you can't. We try to see, go to good sources and try to get the best information. But it's hard being on the other side of the pond. But I think it's a possibility. Will it happen? Maybe not. But I think it's more possible than SMS.
Lorenzo Pellegrini or Nicolo Zaniolo. Do you see them, either of them going? Because they've each had some rumors.
Yeah, Zaniolo, I would probably say no. I think Roma found a spot for him, and he's been shining in his time that he's been playing. Pellegrini, I don't know. Again, Milan's in talks with him too. Apparently, they have the money to buy out his release clause. Probably not now. Maybe in the summertime. But I personally don't think either of those young kids go.
Manolo Gabbiadini, he's also been rumored to come back to Italy. Go back to Sampdoria. See that happening?
Yeah, I do actually. They have to really. I heard they have to really work it out, but it's definitely a possibility. It's definitely in the cards. I could see him coming in January.
And another name that's been circulating around a bit more than the others, Christian Romero from Genoa, the defender from Genoa, who has a possibility to be going to Juventus. Cristiano Romero. So another Cristiano at Juventus. For me personally, obviously, Juve fan, but this is one move that I would almost say doesn't make sense, at least for the January transfer window. They've made these moves before, especially like a player like Thomas Rincon. Kind of player like him that deep lying central midfielder, or Romero plays more of a defender, but he's kind of that bulldog type. That's a move I wouldn't want to see, at least in January. Maybe something in the summer where they have more time to settle him into the lineup, or maybe loan him out somewhere else or something.
He's a younger guy too, I believe. Huh?
Yeah, he's 20 years old.
20 years old, yeah. So
another young guy, Nicolo Barella.
Barella, man, he's been in the news tons as of late. Every source out there in Italy is posting about him. Is he going to? He has quite a bit of a fee on him. Quite a hefty fee for a young kid like that. I know we've loved his play internationally when there was an international break. We've loved his play so far this season with Cagliari. He's a great player. He's a young prospect, and he's definitely shining. Is he worth the valuation that they're giving him? I don't know. That's tough. There are teams that are interested.
Yeah, definitely. Like Napoli wants him, but then Cagliari's asking for Rog and Diawara.
Diawara, yeah.
Those are two players. At least Diawara, I wouldn't say he could be as good as Barella, but if something's happened along the line in either player's development, where maybe Barella picks up an injury, he slows down development, and Diawara has a starting role at Cagliari, there's a possibility that Diawara could be a better central midfielder for Cagliari than Barella would be for Napoli.
Yeah.
If that's like almost worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And then throwing in also Rog. Rog's a pretty good player.
Yeah, decent.
These are two players that could almost be starting for Cagliari. And then you throw, Barella, I like him at Napoli. I would like them in that midfield. They've developed some really good midfield players. Milan, Jorginho. I'd love to see Barella there. Carlo Ancelotti, he knows a thing or two about developing a player like that. I believe he coached some guy named Gennaro Gattuso once upon a time, if you know who he is.
Yeah, maybe.
And kind of the same playing style, that box-to-box midfielder, the Grinta player. It would be nice to see Barella in Milan under Gattuso.
Honestly, I would love. I just don't know if it's in the cards for Milan right now. FFP wise, all the mess that they're going through. So money wise, but if they can work some magic, Leonardo Maldini over there, I would love to see him at Milan because I think they do need a creative and box-to-box guy who's young and who can develop within the system. It seems now, I don't know, it's Inter Napoli kind of fighting for him. But if I would have to choose besides Milan, I would probably choose Napoli as well. I just see him fitting there better.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see him at Inter.
No,
I don't like seeing Italians at Inter.
No, it would ruin it for me. It would ruin it.
Their name is Internazionale, and then
for a reason.
Their mandate is their original mandate was to take non-Italian players. So then whenever there's an Italian player like Politano, like Gagliardini, like Candreva, it's kind of funny to see, even though I hope their aim is still to develop young Italian talent. That's what a lot of teams need to do. Speaking about non-Italians, let's go that way. Luis Muriel, coming back to Italy. You know what? I really like this one. He's going to Fiorentina, coming from Sevilla, at least for, I think it's a half-season loan option to buy.
Yeah.
Classic for a January transfer move.
Yeah.
And I really like it because I loved him at Sampdoria. He was so exciting to watch. He's a player that he's not going to score the most goals ever, but he's going to create chances. And when he was at Sampdoria, he was creating chances for a guy like Quagliarella. So now that he's going to Fiorentina with that offense that they have, Kevin Mirallas, who's finally picking it up, Chiesa, Simeone. Piazza, if he stays. He could create a lot of space for those other guys just by holding his back to the play. Whatever it needs, even just scoring himself. It's just good to see him back in the Serie A.
No, it is. I mean, a little disappointed. He was rumored to come to Milan there, but
he denied that.
Apparently he kept his word. He said he was going to go to Fiorentina, and that was the team that he would come back to Italy, and that's the team he would go to. And he kept his word, and now we see him already training with Fiorentina. So I definitely like the move. I like to see him back in Italy. I liked him when he was in Italy. From Lecce, Udinese, Sampdoria, and now Fiorentina. He can score goals, and he has the capability to do it. He can definitely bag them. I think he suits the Serie A better than those leagues abroad, like La Liga or wherever else. I don't think he would fit in, and it showed when he was at Sevilla. He didn't get the playing time, and he didn't really thrive. But in Italy, he's comfortable, and I think he's going to do very well for Fiorentina.
I think that's about it in terms of transfer news. My battery's running out. We'll put that out there. Battery on the camera's running out.
Battery's running out. Another young guy, Paqueta, Milan.
Paqueta, yes.
Paqueta, they've officially announced him today. 35 mil for him. So
he says he wants to be like Kaká.
Well, it was his idol. The next Brazilian. He's young. I hope to see him do well. I hope he could get into the system, good, and and he produces. And we need another player out there on the wing. In the mid too, so he can definitely help out.
One name I wrote down that not many people are going to know, Leon Ossiker, who is an esports player, FIFA 19 esports player.
Yeah.
Black Arrow 89, that's his name. He signed with Sampdoria this week. Number 1 in the world on Xbox.
Esports wise.
Yeah.
So Italy's finally branching off into some modern thing.
Yeah, they discovered technology.
Yeah, it's about time. It's a bit too late, but it's about time.
But you know what? That's cool for esports players, as we discussed before. When we had Matt Forcucci, it's a whole new thing on its own. It's a whole new sport on its own, and
it's definitely growing.
In Europe, there's so much money involved in at least FIFA, and a lot of clubs are getting involved. Roma signed a player a few years ago, and it's just been non-stop growth. So now it's good to see Sampdoria is getting in the game, a team with not much money, but who knows? Maybe they'll get more money through Ossiker and through the FIFA 19 game and these tournaments. Yeah. They have another player signed, so the two actually start in a tournament coming up. I think it started the other day and it finishes tomorrow for FIFA 19. And he said he wants to make the Club World Cup, the FIFA Esports Club World Cup for Sampdoria.
Perfect.
I'd love to see their president at these events, Massimo Ferreira.
Yeah, man, he definitely a character.
What did he say to Dialetta on the zone? Buongiorno, your next fears? He said it in French, so it was funny.
Yeah. No, but he's always a class high. Actually, a character. I could definitely say this to sum him up. going.
Supercoppa coming up next Wednesday.
Yeah.
These two teams, Juventus against Milan, rematch of the Coppa Italia, because obviously Juventus won the Coppa Italia and the Serie A, so automatically Milan plays in this thing. Milan won it a few years ago in 2016. This year it's again in Saudi Arabia.
Foreign country.
The 2018 edition isn't even played in 2019, which is kind of funny. Any predictions for this game, which I think it's next Wednesday?
Well, I mean, I would love to see, Milan come out on top there. If they could get, some revenge from, their past meetings, it would be nice. I would love a win. I mean, I know the Supercoppa is not the biggest, trophy in the world, but it's a cup, it's a final, it's another final. Getting these experiences for some of these younger kids, and it's good. Prediction, I'll go 2-1.
2-1
maybe
for Milan. I'm going to go on a limb here and say Juventus is going to be prepared enough. Straight up, they're not going to be ready. Something's going to go wrong. Because I feel like this season they're not focused on that. They're not focused on the Supercoppa.
No.
They lost to Lazio last year, so the 2017 edition, I believe, also.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not their thing. And they're focused on Serie A. They're focused on Champions League. They're going to play probably young guys. We'll see. It's going to be a good game.
I think it should be so.
It'll be good to see that, before coming back into Serie A. It'd be good to see the round of Coppa Italia games this weekend. I know Juve plays Bologna.
Milan plays Sampdoria.
Milan plays Sampdoria.
Yeah.
I think Roma plays Virtus Entella also.
Yeah.
Who actually recently signed Matteo Mancosu, former Impact player.
Yeah.
Who actually went back to Italy in the Serie C. If anybody saw on our Instagram, I actually posted about that. So I mean, a lot of soccer left. We'll be back next week.
Yeah, next
Tuesday.
Hopefully, studio.
Yeah. Hopefully at CJLO. Hopefully Johnny will be back.
Yeah, hopefully
we've missed it.
Back. Hopefully I'll be a bit better, to get down there and stuff. Also, as you see behind us, we have, our prayers obviously going out to the Astori family, who, a year ago, it'll be a year in March that he passed away, but January 7th. Which was yesterday. It was his birthday, and he would have been 32 years old. Very unfortunate, saddening thing that the Calcio community and the soccer world and Italy had to go through. So we just want to pay our respects, to him, and we decided to hang up the jersey for a reason. It just one of those stories that really hits home and really hits the heart, and you never like to see things like that, especially in anything, really, to be honest with you, and it's really saddening, and
it's still sad
to see, almost a year later, it's still around, and I don't think he'll ever be forgotten, and he definitely shouldn't be, and here at the Calcio guys, we just definitely like to pay our respects and show our support for a great guy like Davide Astori.
There was definitely a lot of support yesterday. Bernardeschi posted a beautiful picture of a sunset, and there was kind of purple in the sky, and he said, "Tante auguri, amico mio."
Yeah.
Plus 32. I'm never gonna forget you. Whatever he said, and it's sad to think. And he was a player that everybody respected. He was a player, even though he might have played on your rival team. He was a player that you didn't hate at all. He played the game with respect, with honor. He always had a smile on his face. He always
known for that smile.
For that smile, also a serious face too. At the same time.
Yeah.
Just a player that everybody enjoyed watching. Even if you were a casual fan last year, you still knew who he was. He was captain of Fiorentina.
Yeah.
And he played a bit for Italy. He was obviously last year when they were eliminated to Sweden. That famous video when De Rossi's yelling at the coach.
Yeah.
So he's just sitting there, sitting there like, I don't know, maybe holding in a laugh or something.
Yeah.
He scored a goal in the 2013 Confederations Cup third place match against Uruguay. That was his only goal ever for Italy, and is the first time a player from Cagliari scored for Italy, because at the time he was still with Cagliari. He scored, I think, one goal for Roma, a couple for Fiorentina.
He grew up at Milan too.
Rest in peace, Davide.
Yeah, rest in peace, definitely. As you said, you nailed it right on the head. It's definitely a saddening thing, and we definitely don't want to see that. In soccer or just in everyday life. So, our thoughts and prayers are with you.
Yeah, that'll do it from us this week. Unfortunately, we have to end on a bit of a sadder note, but we have to remember him in a good, positive thought. And, continue his memory with Fiorentina.
Of course.
They definitely do that. They retired his number. Cagliari retired his number, but
Yeah.
Just
And
beautiful to see.
beautiful to see, and you know what, Calcio's coming back, and we're coming back stronger than ever. You know, 2019. You know what, it's gonna be fun. This is a different style, but you know, I've kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's a different thing. Maybe we can.
I have less to worry about. No board in front
Less
of
to
me.
worry about. You know, we're just kind of casual, just on the fly. Just you know, two guys who love Calcio, and
This is what we do all the time.
yeah,
anyways.
exactly. Now it's just on, you know, it's on video, but we love doing it. Maybe every now and then we can maybe put out some of these. I don't know, but it's definitely fun. And it's definitely fun that it comes on that it's Milan versus Juve, and I'm a Milan and Juve fan next to me. So you know, it's always fun. We'll always have a laugh, and you know, we love Calcio, and we definitely can't wait for the Serie A to come back in full effect and see how this Scudetto race, you know, continues, and you know, what happens, the surprises, and maybe you know, the shocks that come with the end of the Serie A season.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks
Again,
for listening.
follow us on Twitter, Instagram,
YouTube.
The Calcio Guys. Simple as that. No spaces, no capitals. The Calcio Guys.
We're simple.
Thanks for